Hey, this is Aaron Chambers. Welcome to episode 19 of Enjoy the Journey, my YouTube podcast. And today I have a message for you, a short devotional message about your focus and the importance of keeping your focus on Jesus Christ. And it's inspired by the book of Hebrews. All right, if you like my podcast, would you please like it? Would you please share it? And I hope this episode is a specific blessing to you as you enjoy your journey, but don't enjoy it alone. So I ran track in high school, and my specialty was the 880. And now athletes run the 800, but the 880 is a half mile, and it's a really hard race. And it's a race I ran all the way through high school and had a lot of success with it. But in my senior year, something happened, and as I was coming down the backstretch, race after race after race, I would drift out of my lane and into other people's positions, and I would. The 800 is a fast race, and you can get tripped up really easily. And so I kept drifting. It wasn't good. It was because I was so fatigued and I was exhausted. Well, Coach O'Brien had a conversation with me. He noticed I was drifting, and he had a bit of advice. He took me to the track, and he had me stand in the lane, lane one, and he had me look towards the finish line. And he said, "What do you see, Aaron?" I said, "Well, I see the finish line." He said, "What do you see beyond that?" I said, "Well, I see a fence." He said, "What do you see beyond that?" And I said, "There's an oak tree." And as it just happened to be, that oak tree was in perfect line with lane one. And Coach O'Brien said, here's what I want you to do, Chambers. What I want you to do is at the end of the race, when you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you start to drift, you know what you're going to do? You're going to run to the tree. You're going to run to the tree. And that took care of it. Like that, for the rest of the season, I didn't have any issues. For the rest of the races I ran on that track, when I was in lane one and I was finishing my race and I was exhausted and I was tired, I just ran to the tree and finished well. I see the author of Hebrews in this letter talking to us a lot about running to the tree, except that tree is Jesus Christ. In this passage we read, "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith." As I already said, that phrase, looking to Jesus, could be more accurately translated, fixing your eyes on Jesus. Fixing your eyes on Jesus. And to do that, to fix our eyes on Jesus, we need to do what the author said. To fix our eyes on Jesus, we got to lay aside the stuff that is weighing us down. The stuff that's hindering us, that's slowing us down. And right now, in the midst of this quarantine, what is it you need to lay down? What is a burden that you're carrying? It's hindering you. And it may be fatigue, it may be exhaustion, it may be worry, it may be fear. Whatever it is, if you and I want to run towards Jesus and fulfill our higher purpose, because that's what the author's saying. He's saying because of Jesus, we have a higher purpose. Jesus changes everything. He gives us a higher purpose. So we got to lay aside the stuff that's going to weigh us down. We got to lay aside the stuff that's not good for us. The Hebrew author says, the sin that so easily entangles. That sin gets in our way. The sin can kill our race. So I want to encourage you, as you run towards Jesus Christ and fulfill your higher purpose, lay aside the burdens, lay aside the sin that so easily entangles, and focus on Jesus Christ.